friends, and welcome to episode 39 of Let's Play. Whoa, these two boats almost crashed into each other. Now they're going through each other. But episode 39 of Let's Play today's Skylines Trinity, and if you've noticed, I have gone ahead and I've divided all the land into a bunch of so-called townships. Now, these are all, I'd imagine, like local governments, little subdivisions, districts, whatever. Most of them don't have names. So, if you see a township that you think you might want to name, or might have a suggestion for what kind of things could go there, feel free to pause at any point during this little tour and take a look at them and suggest a name for one of them or an idea for what can go in them. But I just want to point out these townships are very much, subject to change. They can be combined, they can be split, land can be passed between them, new ones can be created, etc. So don't take them as, set in stone. But anyway, what we are going to do today, I think, is we are going to create some suburbs. So, a lot of options here as to where to go. I think I'm going to go in sort of a little circle around our main area. My keyboard. I'll never stop complaining about that. But I'm thinking, why not in nice little places like this? Why not try to sneak in some happy little suburbs? To quote the late great Bob Ross. Well, after all, since Byron is no longer the Bob Ross of SimCity, or city building games in general, I guess the mantle goes to me. I guess that is what I've got to do now. But I don't know. I don't think I can do it the same way that he can. Fun fact though, I actually did and still am seriously considering the possibility of creating my own ASMR channel. Like, seriously, I think that could be pretty fun. But I don't know. That would require a little bit of work and effort. And you know how I am with those things at times. I have a very love-hate relationship with work and effort. Like, I'll spend a lot of time on something in short bursts, and then I'll go and be a lazy ass for a while. But one thing I'm not being a lazy ass about is all of your questions. I am, if indeed, going to be answering those very soon. I know many of you might be wondering about those, but I wanted to wait maybe one more day to see how many, if I could get some more questions on there, and then I'll start answering them. So, yeah, that should be good. Because I am eager to see what you're asking, and I see some questions already, and I am happy about them. So, anyway, we are going to fill in this area. I just like this area. I just like the aesthetics of it. And I am thinking we do need a park in this area. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, why not right there? And over here is a little bit far. Actually, no, it's pretty close to this train station. They'll be able to walk. And over here is a bus depot I just put down during one of my usual off-camera bits. So, once we start building some bus lines, which I think we'll start doing very soon, they'll be coming from there and then going to all of our places. Okay. So the speed is on. Of course, we do have to actually go and put water down. I think we're all right with power. I mean, we are right next to this after all. The power should spread. And it looks like we do have a fair bit of water here already. Alright, there we go. And we are also... Why not build this area too? See, the demand has dropped back down, but that always happens when there's new zones available. It drops down, and then it slowly goes back up. And if you have more zones, then they will be useful for that, and so on until the demand has been filled. By the way, this used to be one road. Fun fact. Okay. I am thinking, since we don't have like a ridge here, we'll make some trees. We'll make a bunch of trees, and that will be the barrier. Yeah, it's almost like a service road, except it's not. It's going to be residential. Yeah, I saw a lot of that when I was in Missouri a couple of years ago. Not so much in Pennsylvania. It's more of a Midwestern / West kind of thing. So, let's go ahead and zone this all in. And I think with all the new industry that we have made, I think this residential has a pretty good chance of being sought after. Ooh, oh my. Uh-oh. Pause. I just made it all high density, I just realized. But you know what? We got this one plot developing. How about we leave it there? There you go. It'd be kind of crazy if I came back later and saw like all these like really big tall buildings here, and it's like, what in the heck? What the heck, guys? But no, we just gotta do it again. We're gonna do it this way, actually. It's probably easier. Boom. Gotta double click. Once to remove the zone and once to place the zone. Looks like this piece of zone is giving us the finger. Oh man, how rude of it. But yeah, we're gonna keep the one spot because it managed to zone its way in before we could notice it. So it gets grandfathered in. It's the little anomaly of the area. But that's good. I think we will actually have high density along the waterfront. By the way, here is Township 38. The station here. As you can see, I already put down some of the roads. I didn't want you guys to miss too much, though, so I didn't actually create any zoning. But you know, this water keeps rolling in and out, and I have a lot of debate about what to do about that. But I think actually building some sort of levee would not be a terrible idea. Let's experiment here. I kind of like the idea of having this be entirely, instead of like something that goes along the water, things that jut out into the water, at least for this area. Seems like a possible idea. Okay. But yeah, this will also keep the river, you know, its wild wave-like motion that it has throughout this whole area will be tamed, at least somewhat. But there we go. And we can get rid of this stupid thing. It's abandoned. Obviously nobody cares about it. But yeah, let's have this just be straight. And then we're going to curve. Come around. Oh, look, there's still a little water up here. And there we go. That will do fine. People might be going across. This water. Oh, look. This water is actually flowing into the street. But there's so little of it that it's not going to become any kind of a problem whatsoever. Oh, look. Historic farmhouse. So one other thing I wanted to point out was if you go up here, you can come all the way to the top, or even if you go down to here. In fact, down here might be better. Isn't this just like the best like make-out point ever? Like, isn't this just like the most spectacular view you could hope for? Yeah, I'm thinking of developing a park up here, like a really nice park, just because it would be a very nice scenic overlook. All right, now it's time to boop. That's fine. That's fine. Although people actually are using this as a shortcut. I don't know why, but I just like this. It divides around the support beam, which is something that's not terribly unknown. Okay. Well, it looks like we've tamed the wave monster, at least to whatever extent we can. Of course, it's still absolutely nuts up here. And it strikes me, even though I put the water to a relatively low flowing level, there's still quite a bit of it. So let's see here. Yeah, this is going to be hard to put in exactly where we want, but something like this is pretty peaceful. Sometimes you get silly things like this. Oops, sorry, Mr. Hearse. You're going to have to go around. Actually, no, you're not. That's to pause, and you're going to be okay. There you go. And this area is far enough away from a train station. I might actually put one of the first bus lines over here. You guys like bus lines, don't you? Yeah. Who doesn't like riding the bus? Okay, there we go. Do ba do 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 a do 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 ba do ba do 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 ba do 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 do. It's my song for this evening. Okay. Boink. And will that do it? Yeah, sometimes you get the weirdest, like it doesn't like what you're doing. But yeah, we are zoning in a major suburban thingy over here. And yeah, I guess we do want to have this come over. Bump. Hey, hey, would you look at that? This intersection might be a small bit of a problem, but nah, it'll be fine. But I think it's time to give this area services. Good old Township 38. If you can think of a cool name for this, then go right ahead. We'll even give this area its own hospital. We're going to need more than one elementary school, obviously, because of how things work here. Okay. And put a farm here. Put a farm there. Or farm, what am I saying? A park. There's no parks over here at all. You know what? Let's go all out. Put Fancy Pants Gardens here. Now that's a name for an amusement park. Anyone playing Roller Coaster Tycoon should take that into account. Speaking of games I can play, yeah, if only it worked. If only Roller Coaster Tycoon didn't completely have incompatibility issues with modern systems. However, I heard that there is a thing called Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, and I assume that runs a lot better. So I don't know, maybe I'm gonna have to give it a try. Oh no, guys. Also, this is a great farm area too. So, like, I don't know. I think maybe we could sneak in a couple farms. Let's look at the policies. What if we make this area tax relief for low density residential? Why not? Lowers the tax rate by 2% and high-tech housing. And will encourage biking. We're going to make this a very we're going to make it a very, what do we want to call it? A hipstery kind of place. I don't know, for lack of a better word. And you know what we can do just to make debating. Yeah. What if we simply turn this into, what's the difference? Is there one? I can't tell. There we go. We're going to make a lot of it just walkway only. In fact, why not even this one? Yeah, no walking up here. Or no driving, I should say. And by doing this, we're going to have a lot more walkable areas. Yes, indeed, this will be Hipster District. And indeed, you know what? Speaking of Hipster District, Hipsterville here has it has a commercial specialization, right? Does it? Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, it's a leisure district. Let's take a look here. See? Leisure and tourism. Yeah, the thing is, I see this as more of a quiet place for residents. I mean, we'll have a nice commercial street here for sure. But I see this definitely be as more residential. I still want to make a nightclub district, though. I think that would be fun. But that's not going to be in here. It's going to be somewhere else. If you have any ideas where you think a good nightclub district would be, you've seen the map, you've seen where the districts are, feel free to suggest a thing. Okay. Time for big... Oh, no, save the barn, save the barn. Oh. Okay. There's a lot of areas here that are not developed, and I was thinking maybe some of this could be high density, but I like the idea of like low-rise residential, and then people can come and see. Actually, you know what? Isn't there a water leisure kind of thing here? In here somewhere? A restaurant pier. Keeps wanting to go in stupid directions. A beach volleyball court. What's this here? A riding stable. Well, that's not for the water, obviously. Fishing tours. Sure, we will concede to the this area's tourist potential just in this one area alone. I think that's a good compromise. Because I would imagine they would want some people in the area. They just wouldn't want this to become like entirely tourism focused. Kind of interesting because from what I heard, the Niagara Falls area in Canada, apart from the area that's like right up against the falls, which is sort of like the main gambling hub of Canada from what I understand, apart from that area, the rest of the greater Niagara area really doesn't like tourists. This is what I've heard. I obviously don't live there, so I'm not sure. But from what I've heard, yeah, you go a couple miles away from the falls, and yeah, the people there don't like tourists. To be fair, Niagara Falls is one big tourist trap. There's like questionable urban design too, because there is this one area where to get down from the city to the avenue that goes by the falls, there's like a very long stretch. I'm talking 10 city blocks or more, where there is no actual way to get down from the higher ridge where most of the city is to the lower ridge where this avenue is. And the only way to get down in the middle without going all the way around is there's this little, I don't know what we would call it, a little lift, a little chairlift kind of thing. It's cool. It's a nice novelty. But the problem is they sort of make you have to use it. They charge you like $3 to use it, and it takes you up like 30 feet. Like a staircase would be perfectly advisable. But they don't, but nope, can't have that. Gotta force people to use this thing. It's all fenced off and crap. I don't want to make it sound like I'm picking on Niagara Falls. It's a fine city. And stuff like this is everywhere, but I'm just talking from personal experience on this one. I mean, if you really want to talk about, well, I guess it wouldn't be considered a tourist trap, but the damn $15 toll just to cross into Staten Island from New Jersey. I mean, what are you even you'd think you were crossing like the Gulf of Mexico or something huge to warrant a toll that high, but nope, you're crossing a little tiny something of water that's not even as big as, it's not even the Hudson River. It's not even that. Infuriating. But, well, New Yorkers, they have the money, so they're going to get fleeced. Man, no wonder most New Yorkers that I know, or not most, but many, are trying to flee the city, flee the area. I've known a lot of New Yorkers that have come to the Philly area, they come to the Poconos, they've gone down south. Whatever it takes to get away from the ridiculous. The benefits of living in New York, it's exciting for sure. You have a lot of food options. But is it really worth it, all the overpriced stuffs? I would say probably not. Unless you're making a lot of money and you really damn sure like the lifestyle. That's the only way in which I can see it justified. Alright, well, I'm just about to end up this episode, but before we do that, why not build a bus route here? We'll start here, and we'll have a stop over here, a stop over here, and then, oh look, the bus can go on these spots, and a stop over here. I'm hoping this will not be a massive backup. But there we go. There's our first bus route. And where did I say our bus station was? Oh, there it is. And see, the buses are coming out. So we're going to call this, or I don't know, I can't think of an idea for a color or a name, but we will color it, I don't know, like a lilac or pale purple of some sort. But that indeed does bring us to the end of this episode, I think. So, as we watch the buses peacefully trundle along to begin their route, I want to say thank you for watching. We'll be doing more soon, and, well, stay tuned for that question video, because it's still coming. So long.